Hey there viewers, and welcome back to the Southman Auto Channel. Got the 2011 Jeep Compass. It's got the big 2.4, the money lights on, inspections overdue. Another shop brought this down here for us to have a look at it. They said it has some major electrical issue or possibly a brain box. I don't know which. We need to look at it, see what it is. Supposedly they didn't do anything. So that's good, I guess. They didn't, chuck a bunch of parts at it. At least that's what I'm told. Of course, we always get to the bottom of it and find out the truth along the way. So let's grab the Altel. We'll get her plugged in. We'll cut the key on. We'll let it do a full system scan. Naturally, battery's junk, so we've got the maintainer on it here so we can keep enough voltage in it to do what we need to do. Let's get after it, boys. Here we go, the key is cut on. We got 6 codes total. We will go to report. Put a jar circuit high, that's in the gateway. Engine controller, 1 stored code for active. Short runner valve control circuit. Cam 2 position actuator circuit open, circuit open, circuit. Well, place your bets, ladies and gentlemen. It sounds like we have your classic blown fuse. Looks like somebody christened the top of this engine with oil. Okay, so I don't know Zippy Zap about this, but we have open circuit code, open circuit code, open circuit code, control circuit code. I have to assume, so your 2008, that's a classic intake manifold tuning valve. They're calling it a short runner valve here. O2 sensor heater circuit high, that wouldn't be caused from a open circuit. That would be caused from loss of ground. Now I don't know if when they put open circuit, if that means circuit high or circuit low. We'll do some looking here. Let's see if the cam, before we even look in service data, we'll go straight for the gusto. Let's pull up a wire diagram and see if the AC control circuit, I don't know, that one I'm a little sus on. Let's see where the powers run for the tuning valve and the 2 cam actuators, and then this AC control, that could be just missing a relay. I don't even know if that's a code that'll set an engine light. I'm gonna open up some service data here. See if we can't just figure this out without even looking into service data. Jeez, man. We're gonna go right for wiring diagram. We'll go system wiring diagram. Engine performance, 2.4. Let's find what we're looking for. You got to bear with me. I had some caffeine this afternoon and it makes me stupid. I mean stupid. Can't think, can't talk. Don't know why I do it. Okay, cam position. I think it's what happened? Code red, here we go. Cam position, mother. I'm literally gonna give this thing flying lessons here. Why are you being an idiot? Cam position solenoid 1, 2, 1, 1. I think isn't that what we were looking at? Something like that. Yep, cam position, there we go. Okay, so we're good. That's what we're looking for. This guy here. That uses G104. So it's a full-time ground, so we know we're not looking at a fuse. I don't know why this thing's being stupid, but it is. G104 for that, okay. What else were we talking about? Intake tuning valve, right? Okay, let's find that little guy. Let's see, let's go back to 1 here. Stop lamp, EVAP monitor system. Let me see if we can find where that guy lives. I don't know if you guys like videos like this where I actually do it live, or if you just like me looking it all up and then showing you what I find when I'm done. Oxygen sensor G104. Okay, that's the bank 102 sensor. and that is going to be the ground for the heater. Oops. Okay, because weren't we talking something with that too? Yep, bank 1 heater high. Okay, so these must be, when it's open circuit, it must be circuit high codes. That would make sense. Okay, so we're missing a ground, G104. That's my final answer. That's not my final answer, but the upstream oxygen sensor uses G104, the downstream uses G102. Okay, I bet you when we find this tuning valve, right here, manifold flow valve, oh, guess what, old son? Guess what, G104. Gee, I wonder what the problem is. Major electrical is what it is. Main brain box, G104. And how about we do this?
You got a problem with the G's?
I got no problem with the G-spot myself. What?
Looks like there's an oil problem.
That's what I said. I said somebody christened the top of this thing with oil. Let's find G104. It runs. Does it run anything to do with the AC? Oh, AC compressor solenoid, G104. Oxygen sensor 1, manifold tuning valve, cam position 1, cam position 2. Oh, we got a code for that, 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 and we got a code for that. What do you think's wrong, Mrs. O?
It's a wire.
It's in that G-spot, G104. So that's what I'm thinking, folks. Without even looking in service data, I'm sure, well, where does it say G104 is? We could be wrong. I'm just jumping the gun here. G104 right front of engine compartment. I don't know where that is. We're gonna find it though. I'm gonna look on a diagram. We'll get an exact location because there's several ground pieces that are stuck here. I do see one up here on this right front frame rail. It looks a little sus. But what we should do to be right, like I say, it looks like they dumped a quart of oil on this thing. I brought it here. A little slimy. What we should do is find whatever is the easiest thing to get to. I assume these solenoids. Yeah, there's a solenoid there, and there's one. That one's hard to get to. This one looks easy to get to. There's a broken ground wire there. What we'll do is we need to verify, is it really missing ground? If it is, then great, we'll go for it, we'll get after it. Just another stupid video of a broken ground on a Chrysler. Imagine that. Imagine that. Let's see here. Let's unplug the solenoid. If we can. And we can't. Let's see. Alright, let me get a little screwdriver here. See if I can't get it with that. Just can't get the little tab to release here. Okay. Yeah, I think it's really stuck on there. Got the tab released. See if I can get a hold of these wires here. There we go, okay. Oh, this is handy. There's a black and white wire, but both of these wires look black. Okay, that one's blue. Okay, black with white is supposed to be the ground. Make sure we don't nuke the wrong one here. That is this one here. Very lightly front probe it here if we can. And we can. We will take this jumper wire non-fused because we like to live on the edge. All right, we have no test light. Let's make sure our ground is good, or our power feed here is good. Touch this to something metal. Okay, so our test light works. Whoa, dude, hang on to that. She's not fused. Our test light is good. Let's verify again. Black with white. Okay, we have no ground. Okay, so our diagnosis was good. This video is dumb. All of those codes were open circuit or high codes. So pretty easy, pretty standard stuff. That is G104 right here on the frame rail. Looks like it'll be a real treat to get to, and by treat I mean PETA. Son of a mother. Looks like it's gonna kind of suck a little bit here. Well, let's quit pissing and moaning about it, grab ourselves a 10 mil and get after it. Step one, let's get this jug out of the way. Let's see, where does that, where my hose at? Is he going pee-pee? Is he going pee-pee on us? No, it's not. We're just gonna stick it aside. We don't, trying to do it, work around the camera here. Okay, here's our G. There, what's up, G? It's down there. Dang it, I don't want to frig with it because it's so friggin' close to everything else. The impact sensor right there, we could probably unplug it. Be right back. I don't know if we can get it with a socket. Yes, sir. So we've done enough Chryslers. This is the typical MO on these. Keys turned off. Oh, she's tight. Oh, it's very tight. Let's see. Yeah, I'm not gonna work on it in front of the camera, but we just need to chop it off because it's gonna be a pain because it's kind of hard to manipulate this around here. Besides, I don't even know if you guys can see it. You probably can. Just picture a guy unhooking some wires. Let me go get a pair of needle nose. You folks stay right there. Don't move. Let's see. Open her up. Give it a little bit of a wiggle. Let's see, we still have a couple wires attached. Looks like we have two big ones stayed attached, and we are broke off one wire, two wires. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 wires that have just fallen off just by touching it. 2 of them that have not. We'll give it a little wiggle here. 2 hanging on for dear life. Come on. They gotta be pretty close to wanting to break off there. Come on, little guy. Those are the good ones. So there. It's your typical Chrysler shenanigans. That thing's just as corroded as my fingernails. Oh, it looked like somebody took it off and they cleaned it up or they did something to it. Somehow that got kind of shined up. So they were pretty close to figuring it out, but I'm surprised they didn't break the dang wires by touching it. Oh, it's because it still had the restraints on it, or these anti-strain things here. So that's why they never saw it, or that's why it never broke when they took it off to clean the grounds. So we can see we got lied to. They said they didn't do anything. Clearly somebody has cleaned that partially. Not even a good job at that. No, it doesn't matter. Who cares? I'm gonna strip these back. Gonna get eyelets on them. Gonna hook it back up, and then I'm gonna move on with my life. We've got no wiggle room here, and I'm not gonna unhook a bunch of crap. So I'm gonna move the camera. I'm gonna do the best that I can, and that's it. There it is. That white thing sticking out is it's like a really hard piece of plastic. It's like an anti-strain thing they put in the harness there. So I just fixed the wires, crimped them on a new, 6-gauge metal lug, just stripped them all back, stuck them in there, crimped it, and then soldered it, and then heat shrinked it. I could have pissed so many people off by showing that process, but you guys have seen it done before, so not that big a deal. And then I didn't bother taping that back to the harness. I just threw a zip tie around it. Like I said, I think it's just for anti-strain, if you will. And then all I use for lugs is just these little guys here. Got the crimpers. And you buy these things so cheap on the Jungle store. Which ones? I don't know why I buy the whole big box, because these are the ones I always use. These are 6-gauge ones. and then just shrink them. So they're handy to have around. And you can buy the whole thing for the price of, you know, like a 3-packet. Napa. Not a sponsor. So that's it. Let's see if we got our ground restored. See if we have our ground restored, at least on this one item here. Get back up in here. Hopefully we got a good connection there. Hook onto our little test light. Must be, oh, there we go. Now we got a good connection. Make sure we're probing the right wire here. Black or white. Ah, boom, what do you know, huh? What do you know, what do you say? I assume everything else has its ground restored. We just stuck all the wires right back in the same connection. It's a super piss poor setup that Chrysler does, because typically when you lose one, you lose a whole bunch of them. As we saw, I think there was, I don't know, it was like 11 or 13 wires or something going into that. There was a lot. A lot more than what we had codes for, that's for sure. So that's good. They weren't all really bad, but we fixed them all because, as they say, pay me now or pay me later. Wrong size, dude. Close though. It was close. There it is. There's that. Yeah. Probably before we put all this crap back, let's turn the key on and see if we have any, see if the codes go away. We gotta wait for this to redo its thing. The Altel, she locked up on it. Something stupid happened there, so I had to restart it. It happens. It don't matter what brand scan tool you have. You're gonna have problems. 100% guaranteed. I have the least amount of problems with this tool, so I'll be honest with you. It's still my favorite. Who says we got 6 codes? Stored. They're all stored codes. Yippee, skippy. So that means we fixed them all. It must have, even though I had the key off, it must have generated an extra code there for the auto shutdown relay circuit. We're gonna go to trouble codes here and I'll show you that they're all stored now. None of them are active codes. So that means they're all fixed. I'm just going into some generic OBD2 here because I want to see where we're at drive cycle wise. Oh, okay. So they've been doing the old code clear before it showed up naturally. Because what do we have? We've got five incompletes. So really no sense in trying to just do, 3 key cycles to clear the code. We're just gonna go in and clear the code the old fashioned way. So it must be they just kept clearing it and trying, permanent codes here, what we got, all the stuff that we fixed. So we'll just erase the codes. Most of the shops around here, that's their MO, is you clear it and you drive it and you clear it and you drive it and you do that endlessly, trying to get it in so you can get your sticker. I mean, they will waste so much time doing that. Months they will try to do it. Fill up the gas tank, drive it, don't shut it off, put 700 miles on it, never let it get empty, like all the tricks. And I'll have customers that show up here and then they'll ask me, I'll fix their car and they'll be like, oh, what's the pattern I gotta do, or what's this, what's that? I just tell them, just drive it like a normal person, come back and see me in a week. How many miles? Like, just drive it. Just put at least 50 miles on it. Just drive it. Don't try to do it. Don't try to do anything fancy. Just drive it. Just drive it normal. Your drive cycle will run. What a mess. And that's it. And then move on with life. We actually fixed it. So these people are so gun shy from not having their car fixed. They still think that when they come here and spend, the $100 or whatever it is to get this thing fixed, that they still have to do some kind of fancy process. Like, you don't, man. Just drive it. Your light's not going to come on. It's going to be good. Put some miles on it. Get the drive cycle. Go get your lick 'em, stick 'em. Trust me, folks, trust me. But it's amazing how, I don't know, how gun shy they are, how they think that, you know, about that process of clear and drive and clear and drive. I just couldn't imagine having to do that every single year. And that's it, folks. This is an easy one. When you get circuit codes like that, if they're circuit high or circuit open, I don't know, I was probably babbling in the beginning. I was a little juiced up on Monster Energy. Coffee ones, man, I love those things, but they hit me, and caffeine doesn't sit well with me. Anyhow, when you get circuit codes like that, and they're all come on at once, you know, what are we missing? We missing power to all these? Well, no, we're not, because the first item we looked at was PCM controlled, so, you know, we're skipping that, and we're not looking for a loss of power. But the other thing that'll make you high, besides some weed, is missing ground. That'll make your circuit high too. So that's where we went, just knowing pattern failures. Here in the Salt Belt in New York, we see this. We've done dozens and dozens of videos on this with Chrysler's, open circuits, backgrounds, yada yada, yada yada, in that comment section, da 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 da, and whatever. I think that's what all the people say down there. You know what to do. Insta, Facebook, and just remember, viewers, if I can do it, you can do it. Thanks for watching.